We have everything set up and installed. We're going to go ahead and log on to Windows and go into the BIOS and see if RAM that we installed has been recognized. So let's go ahead and log on. Now that we have entered the password, this thing will pop up. The amount of system memory has changed. Strike F1 to continue, F2 to run the setup utility, or F5 to run the onboard diagnostic. So we're going to hit strike F2. Go ahead and make sure that it's recognizing the RAM correctly. Alrighty, system board. Memory installed, 5 gigabytes. So yes, I went ahead and just decided to leave the extra bit of memory in there. I'll take that out eventually. But there is 5 gigs on there, so it's recognizing the 4 gigs I installed. And then it's also recognizing the 1 gig of RAM that was already installed. As you can see here, DIMM socket 1 has 2 gigabytes. DIMM socket 3 size is half a gigabyte, and DIMM 2 size is 2 gigabytes, and DIMM 4 is a half a gigabyte, making a combined total of 5 gigabytes. They are all 667 megahertz, so I did get the correct RAM, which is good because I was kind of worried about that. So we're going to go ahead and log on and see how fast it is, see if the RAM improvement has made it better. And then after that, after we get done doing that, we're going to go ahead and boot from USB drive eventually once we check out the RAM improvement. And then we're going to install Ubuntu. Yes, indeed, because I have Windows XP on here. And we're going to also do that with my dad's older computer, which is great news because now I can take out the half a gig that's on here on my desktop, half a gig that's on that, and install 2 gigs on my dad's computer, which is good news. So we're going to install 2 gigs on my dad's computer and have 4 gigs on this. And this computer system right here does support 2 gigs. So that's good news, and that'll be an improvement. Even though the computer is very old, I'm probably just going to use that as a server. A Pentium. It's got a Pentium 4 processor, but I'll install 2 gigs on that, allowing it to have maybe 2 gigs of RAM. And I may just go ahead and then keep the other gig, half a gig or whatever that's on there. So it'll have like 2.5 gigs or something like that. Maybe even 3 gigs. I don't know. I don't even know if these systems are allowed to have 3 gigs or if they can utilize it. So let's go ahead and get off the boot menu here. The BIOS. Go ahead and hit exit. Now that we have the RAM installed, this will be fun indeed. Like my new monitor here, guys. Yes, I love my new monitor as well. I'm going to go ahead and type in password, which is wrong. I noticed it. Wow, that's a long password. So let's go ahead and see how it boots up and how the RAM gets recognized on here. The BIOS is recognizing it. Let's see how Windows recognizes it. Windows is loading. Pretty soon this whole Windows XP will be gone and we will have Ubuntu on here, which is good news because I hate Windows XP. I don't want it, especially now with all the viruses that are going to be attacking this. Good God. People are saying, oh no, there's not a lot of viruses that are going to attack it. People, when there's no software, there's no security support for it, it's definitely going to be attacked because a lot of people is going to be stubborn and not move over to any other operating system. And Windows XP rocked. I mean, yeah, it rocked. But now it's going to suck for a lot of people because they're going to be having virus attacks up left and right. So here's Windows booting up, guys. Windows XP. But yeah, that's good news. I'm going to have to do another video on my dad's old Pentium 4 computer of installing that RAM for him on that. He will also be getting another computer. Yes, he'll also be getting another computer that's upgraded from, I believe, it's upgraded from a Pentium 4. So I believe it's either a Core 2 Duo or something like that. I'm not exactly sure, but I'll have to take a look when he gets it. Hopefully that'll serve him a lot better than this computer does because it's, like I said, the processor is, you know, how many years old? It's Pentium 4. And believe it or not, I got very old computers underneath my bed right now. which are like Pentium 2 computers, and those I just use for parts and messing around with and stuff like that. So let's go ahead and see what we can find in here. So we'll be right back. Oh, look, there's my awesome little desktop. It loaded up. Sweet. Alright.